Hi Internet, my name is Tomm Hulett. I'm a game director. I've been working in the industry about 20 years now, but I've been a gamer my whole life. And, things have changed since I started playing games. Back growing up, really only gamers played games. It was different at first. When I was young, I wasn't the most social kid. It was hard for me to relate to a lot of people. But then Nintendo came out and that took off, the NES, and it was like this secret language that only kids spoke. And so, I could discuss Nintendo games with my friends for hours. Did you read the newest Nintendo Power? How far can you get in Castlevania? Sleepovers, which are the scary thing for a lot of kids, became like, let's play River City Ransom all night long. It was incredible. And then one day it just stopped. It was like, simultaneously, almost everyone I knew just outgrew games. Fortunately, I'd picked up social skills. I had lots of friends. I could talk to them about lots of stuff. We could hang out. We had common interests like movies. But there wasn't anyone I could discuss games with. And that was like my passion, was games. So it started to, find itself in my school assignments. I'd write papers about games. I wrote an argument paper once about the reaction people had when Wind Waker's art style was revealed. And I remember my college professor on that paper read it, and he said, I did a great job making him care about something he knew absolutely nothing about. Like, he'd never even heard of Zelda, which, that was the 6th Zelda game. It had been around a while. But nowadays, things are totally different. Now you have kids doing research papers on video games. You'll get surveys online because he's doing a college thesis about video games and their effects on whatever. And that's because their professors that are grading these papers, they go home and play WoW, People at boring jobs have coworkers that call them up and ask if they're free to play Left 4 Dead. We've got phones named Cortana now. It's crazy. So, gamers still play games, but now we have doctors who play games. We've got cab drivers who play games, dentists who play games, politicians who play games. There's really room for everyone in games now. But how did it get that way, And really it started out, a lot of parents thought games were just wish fulfillment. Kids had a bad day at school, so they'd plug in, and now they could punch their brother without consequence. Or, they were depressed, so they could just plug in and score the winning point and, win the day. But they were wrong. They didn't know, the challenge of games, all the learning you had to do to master a game. They didn't know about the struggle that, you put your all into these games. They didn't know that. They thought you were just a video zombie, which sadly is an actual term that was on the news once. They didn't know that you were actually a brave plumber, out of his element. They didn't know that you were the brave savior of Hyrule. They didn't know that you were an empowered space bounty hunter. They had no idea. But they kind of know that now. Games grew and they expanded and they sort of showed the mainstream what they could be about. We have games about doctors, games about lawyers, games about motivational speakers, games about farming, games about Japanese salarymen. You can be a border patrol guard. You can be someone who comes home and finds out your sister grew up. It's nuts. There's games about serious stuff. There's games about stupid stuff. There's games about games. Games can be anything. They're really, they can be film and books can be anything, but games have this other element where they put you into the experience. You can be anyone in a game. And that's really something I love about games. That's the thing that really draws me to them, and that's why I love them so much, is games are limitless. You can't put them in a box. They're huge. And that means there's room for everyone. Thanks.